Alright folks, so this video is to all the Westerners that's protesting various people in Asian countries that's consuming dog meat. First of all, I have a question for you. You think eating dog meat is bad, right? So why are you cutting off the penises of 12-year-old boys? Why are you performing double mastectomies on 10-year-old girls and removing their uterus? You don't think there's anything wrong with that? Okay, I'm just getting started. First of all, listen, this is none of your business. I don't know why you guys want to interfere so bad in other people's business in other parts of the world. For example, if you go to Uganda right now, you've seen what happened in the Uganda parliament, right? They passed a bill stating that it is illegal to declare yourself a LGBTQ. So if you go there and let's say if you try to convince a guy that, hey, you know what, you're actually gay, stop trying to be straight, you're gonna get that person and his entire family murdered. It's none of your business. For example, if you go to India where the cow is holy, right? You can walk down a busy street. You see cars everywhere. None of the cars will attempt to approach the cow. The cow can just roam freely on an open road because in the Hindu religion, the cow is holy. Okay, so Westerners, you eat steaks every single day. How is eating dogs any different than, let's say, eating a baby goat, eating a rack of lamb, or having KFC? And as a matter of fact, dog eating has been practiced throughout the entire world. Throughout the American Civil War, and when many communities were ravaged by the war and the famine, and they had nothing to eat, and they were forced to eat cats and dogs. It happened to the European soldiers in World War I and World War II. And there's something that's much deeper. This is what I'm talking about. Mainstream media indoctrination is very dangerous. That's why CBC it just laid off 700 employees. That's why Bell Canada is laying off 10% of their workforce, because nobody believes the mainstream media, okay? So, first of all, you know which group of people that piss me off the most? It's the vegans, especially those vegan climate protesters. Okay, to all the climate protesters, did you just watch the Super Bowl? There were 882 private jets that landed at the Super Bowl. 882 private jets. Remember, one flight from one of those jets will cause more carbon emission versus the average person driving his car during his or her entire lifetime. These are the people that's telling you to use those dumbass paper straws. And one more thing to those vegans. Did you know that it's actually impossible to be a vegan? Because I used to be on the Georgian College cross-country team, and 3 out of 4 girls on the team, they're vegans, including my coach, and they really pissed me off because they always try to force their ideology onto other people. They forced me to eat like vegan food, like those vegan chickpea falafel, which was absolutely rancid. It almost made me throw up. First of all, why do you think, for example, fruits like apples, pears, strawberries, blueberries, why do you think they're sweet? It's not sweetened naturally. They don't just come out of the trees being sweet. They have all been pollinated by bees. And every single vegan knows this. They're just in complete denial. They're so full of shit. It's impossible to be a vegan. Billions of bees each year get murdered pollinating these fruits. Okay, 99% of vegans have their diets surrounded these two things. They drink almond milk every single day and eat avocado salad. Okay, do you know how almonds and avocados are made? Almost all of the almonds in the world are made in California, and there's a very short and finite window which takes place in the March of every single spring. In order to pollinate these almond trees, listen to this, 115 to 130 billion, not million, bees. Where do you think they get these bees from? They get transported all over continental United States. It takes anywhere between 6,000 to 7,000 truckers. Each trucks carry a maximum of 408 beehives, and these truckers, they drive from all over the country in order to get to California every single March for these beehives to pollinate the almond trees. You can look this up, and every single vegan knows this. You're just in full denial. You're so full of shit, and you're so woke and so indoctrinated, okay? Think about the carbon emissions. Okay, think about 6,000 to 7,000 trucks driving from all over the USA just to get to California, and they had to drive back to the places where their journey started. And out of these 115 to 130 billion bees, it's estimated that each year 50 billion bees do not make it. This is like sending these bees to Camp Auschwitz. This is like sending them to Chernobyl. This is like sending them to the siege of Leningrad. It's a complete massacre and genocidal to these honeybees. To all the vegans that's out there drinking almond milk, what do you have to say about this? What do you have to say about the 6 to 7,000 truckers that's causing all these carbon emissions, that you're so concerned about climate change? Why don't you say something to these people? Why don't you go talk to a Steven Spielberg, who is one of the most outspoken climate change activists out there, and he himself owns a private jet, which he flies in almost every single day. Why don't you go talk to him? And why don't they report this on the mainstream media? I only found out about this maybe 5 or 6 years ago because my vegan teammates, they were really pissing me off and did a lot of research. Yeah, why doesn't the media tell you about where your almond milk comes from? And this is just one of many things, okay? I can go much deeper. Look up where your avocados come from. No, I'm serious, okay? So every single vegan, you're full of shit. To all the protesting people in China, in South Korea, in Vietnam that's eating dog meat. And I completely disagree with the government decision. For example, in South Korea, the government has decided to ban the consumption of dog meat. And these farmers and also these restaurant owners, they're giving a 3-year grace period to shift away from this. You're going to put tens and thousands, possibly millions of people out of business. What are those mama and papa shops that's been operating for years, possibly decades, that's been selling dog meat, right, as a local favorite? What the hell are they going to do? Because you can't just simply shift away from this. If people are accustomed to eating the dog meat, they're not going to all of a sudden just switch to eating chicken or eating beef because it's a completely different protein. What are those people going to do? To all the hypocrites out there that's protesting this, I have a question for you. Why don't you start by protesting all the farmers that's murdering 50 billion bees in California every single year?